Welcome to Thankful Tuesday. Hi, my name is Dr. Andrea Blue. I am the CXO and Executive Director of B&J Enterprises LLC, where we serve our community as well as our girls and women of color with career education, entrepreneurship, personal professional development, as well as employment. So we are all things mentorship. We really are working hard to fill the spaces for our secure. And so, what are we talking about today? Today, we're talking directly to our parents, and we're talking to you because sometimes it's so important for us to just be quiet and for us to be active listeners. And I know that as a parent that is very difficult. I have children of my own, I have grandchildren, and sometimes that can be very difficult. So we want to talk about that today, how to be an active listener and what does it mean. So, to be an active listener, sometimes you have to see through the motives of others and you have to see beyond like what your intentions are and what your outcome is so that you'll be able to listen to what that person is saying beyond the words that is coming out of their mouth. So, sometimes it's so important to just listen actively, attentively without responding, understand what they're saying, and respond when to what is being said, not what you think is being said, but what that person has actually said. That is being an active listener. And then also, you retain that information for later so that you can continue the relationship for it to grow. So, a lot of times as parents, we really listen. Even our leaders, as C-suite leaders, we listen to so that we can hurry up and respond. We're sometimes writing when the person is talking to us, we're thinking in our head what our response will be. But sometimes we have to really just listen to that person's heart. And oftentimes we have to go beyond what that person is really saying because it can be something that is going on in their lives that they don't want to tell you all the information, but then they're just telling you enough to give you a sneak peek into what is going on. So sometimes you have to just kind of listen to that. And how do we do that? We want to listen without judgment, right? We don't want to figure out, try to figure out like how we can judge them to make them feel less than or according to our systems and our morals. We want to listen to them and listen without judgment to say, you know what? You say this to yourself. I may not understand everything that they're going through, but I want to be patient with them. And then I really want to reflect on what I heard, not what I think I heard. So many people do that. And we listen and we think we heard something in the conversation and we take it because of a tone or something like that. And we're really not listening to what that person is really trying to convey to us. So it's very important to ask those open end questions. So, what makes you think like that? What makes you feel like that? What did I do to make you think like that? Or what can I do differently to make you, or feel differently? Don't be on the defensive. Keep that good eye contact. Try not to stare them down, as sometimes we do in meetings and interviews and things like that. I was in a meeting the other day and I was talking to someone, and every moment they were just staring me down, trying to exude this energy of trying to set the tone in the room like I'm the dominant in the room, and so I'm going to give off this energy. And my thing was, you don't need to do that, sir. You don't need to do that because I already know that I'm only here for a moment to share my story with you to see if you're interested in being a strategic partner. And then after that, if we're a good fit, then absolutely we will work together. But trying to do that eye contact where you're staring someone down to, exude your power, and people know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't need to do that. So really, when you're looking at someone and you're giving them eye contact, You're either looking at their ears, or you're looking at the top of their head, or you're looking at their chin. You're not really looking in their eyes. You may look in their eyes ever so often, but you don't need to stare people down, right? So I want to say also that paying attention to the nonverbal cues, when you're trying to stare someone down and they're moving their head and they're turning, that means that they don't want you looking in their eyes, right? So even as parents, we need to realize that when our kids are not looking, well, look me in my eye, Jay. Maybe they don't want to look you in your eye. You're intimidating them, and they don't want to look you in your eye. And they shouldn't have to look me in my face. I see parents do that all the time. Well, if you have this mean face that is making me feel like, what I'm saying, like any moment, everything that I say, you're just going to attack me. I'm not going to be open to you because you're not present in the conversation. You're just looking for your answer in the conversation, just looking for the answer that you want. So, as parents and leaders and anyone that has any type of power, I want you to know that through my experiences, I had to learn that sometimes we need to just be quiet, slow ourselves down, and be an active listener, because listening and active listening means that you're really in the conversation. You're really looking to get a resolve, to find out what is the solution that is going to make the situation better, because evidently something has taken place. So these types of situations take place in social situations, at work, when you're just building relationships. Parents, a lot of us are raising children and don't even have relationships with our children. You know nothing about them. So it's so important to have a relationship by being an active listener, just taking the time out to listen to them without you giving them all your solutions. They don't need your solution all the time. Maybe sometimes they just want you to listen to whatever the situation is going on, because there are times that things have taken place in their lives that they're really struggling and they're trying to make the best choices. And your words can just be that one thing that will either be the bridge or the thing that, the dam to break, to make things just fall apart for them. So we have to be quite careful, and we have to ask the right questions, and ask those questions that we really want answers to, not just to pick someone else's brain to prove a point. Oftentimes, we do that just to prove a point. So, didn't I ask you to do so and so? Yes, you asked them to do that, but can you figure out like what it is that happened, that this didn't take place? And the topics, find something that you're both interested in. Don't always come up with something that you want to do. Oh, let's go see this movie. I already got the tickets. We're gonna go see this. No, what if they want to see a different movie? What if they want to do something different? Maybe they just want to go ice skating and they just want you to watch. They don't even want you to participate. Practice your active listening skills on your children and your family first before you even try to go out into the world trying to be a leader or whatever. Because a lot of times, as leaders, I encounter this all the time. People are not good leaders. They are, because they are not good listeners. They are not good active listeners. They're always listening to answer the question or to really be able to tell their side of the story. But that's not what active listening is. Active listening is being engaged and trying to figure out what is the resolve. How can I really honestly listen to this person and their heart and find out how we can have a solution together. And then also, it's so important to understand what took place so that as you exit the conversation, that there is clarity. You want to make sure that there's clarity so that these type of situations won't happen again. Because if they do, then you know that you're going to have these same type of conversations again. And sometimes it gets worse and worse. And then after a while, there is no communication. So you don't want that to happen. So again, my name is Dr. Andrea Blue. I am the CXO and Executive Director, and I'm coming on here to say to you, this is Thankful Tuesday, and we need to be thankful for the people that we have in our lives, and that we have someone that we can listen to and that listens to us and that understands our heart and wants to help us to get to the next level. If you have not done so, join our newsletter at Blue Pathways Mentorship Services mindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmindsetmind and to walk away from where you used to be, that old mindset, and for you to start all over again. So hopefully this information has impacted your life and it will lead you to transformational change and you will be a better you. Again, I hope that you have a great day and be well.